Welcome back. What if nature had a secret code hidden in food that gave us clues about what it nourishes in our body? I'm Dr. Joanette, your longevity expert and the creator of the Longevity Switch. In today's video, we are going to look at that secret code to see how nature mirrors for us the foods in nature that are good for our body. And it tells us by the shape of the food what body part it nourishes. So let's dive in. And we're going to start with one of my favorite foods, brain food. One of my top 10 brain foods is walnuts. Walnuts mirror the brain. They've got that bilobed structure and all of those wrinkles on the outside of the walnut, kind of like your brain. They're good for your brain because they contain antioxidants that help prevent cognitive decline as we age. They also contain healthy fats, omega-3 fatty acids, that are important to maintain our cells' membranes and also for neural function, or the function of our neurons or nerve cells. Next is carrots. My mom used to always say when I was a kid growing up, eat your carrots. They're good for your eyes and they'll help you see better at night. Now, if you're a kid that's a little afraid of the dark, you want to be able to see good at night. So carrots were something that I didn't necessarily like, but I ate because I wanted to be able to see what was in the dark. Carrots have beta carotene, which is then converted to vitamin A, good for night vision, as well as two other things, leucine and zeaxanthin, which help prevent damage of our eyes as we get older. Damage to our eyes called macular degeneration. Next is tomatoes. Tomatoes remind us of our heart. In fact, when you cut open a tomato, it kind of looks like a heart. You can kind of see you gotta have an imagination, but some chambers there in the tomato. Tomatoes have antioxidants, lycopene, which is important for preventing inflammation of our blood vessels, as well as for lowering LDL cholesterol. Some people think of that as the bad cholesterol. I like to just call it LDL cholesterol. In addition to that, it has magnesium and potassium, both of which are important for helping us maintain a healthy blood pressure. If this information is informative so far, thank you for signing up for notifications. Next on the list is ginger. Ginger root reminds us of the stomach. And when I was a kid, again, growing up, my mom, living in a blue zone, my mom had lots of, in fact, we've had 5 generations are now living in a blue zone with all of that wisdom. And along with that comes a lot of generational lived knowledge about plants and herbs and vegetables that are good for you and what parts of your body they nourish. Ginger is good for the stomach. When I was little, my mom and I had a stomach ache. Maybe I ate too much or something I shouldn't have eaten. My mom would give me some ginger tea to help settle my stomach and calm my stomach down. Or if I had a stomach bug or virus, she would let me suck on a little piece of raw ginger. And it was very helpful to my stomach. Next is avocados. Avocados remind us of the female uterus. In fact, if you cut them open, which we're going to do here, and look inside, you can see the shape is also similar to the shape of a uterus inside. Avocados have a couple of things that are important for fertility. One is they have healthy fats that are important for hormone production as well as hormone regulation. But the other thing they have is folate, important, in fact, critical for fetal development, especially development of your fetus's brain. Next this is a purple sweet potato. It reminds me of a pancreas. Your pancreas is what produces insulin. Insulin is what you need to move your blood sugar, your glucose from your blood into your cells. And This particular sweet potato has a lower glycemic index than regular potatoes or even than orange or yellow sweet potatoes. And that lower glycemic index, along with fiber, helps your pancreas not work overtime. It helps release the glucose into your bloodstream slower, helping you control your blood sugar and helping your pancreas not be overworked or stressed. If this information has been helpful, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Next is something that's tiny and really does look a lot like what it's supposed to look like. A kidney bean. It looks like two little tiny kidneys. No surprise, it's called a kidney bean. And it is really good for the kidneys because it contains minerals that are important for regulation of sodium and water flow. But it also contains protein and fiber that are important for controlling blood glucose. Elevation of our blood glucose over time leads to diabetes. Diabetes is a big contributing factor to kidney damage, kidney failure, dialysis, kidney transplants, and all kinds of problems with the kidneys. So incorporating kidney beans in your diet is a way to help your kidneys out. Our next one is grapes. They don't look like the organ system that they mirror. What organ system do you think that might be? It's only when you open up that organ system and then take your microscope and magnify the interior that you see something that looks very similar to grapes. It is your lungs, and these are a representation of your alveoli, or the little tiny air sacs in your lungs. That's the place where your oxygen moves from your airways into your blood, and your carbon dioxide then moves out of your blood back into the airways. Inhaling oxygen, exhaling carbon dioxide. It all happens right here in this cluster of grapes. Well, really your lungs, alveoli. Next is a fig. A fig reminds us of a human ovary or a testicle. They're similar in shape, and if you cut them open, they kind of actually look similar on the inside. When you look inside, they also kind of look like an ovary or a testicle inside. They have iron. Iron is important for a healthy body and healthy blood flow. Both of these organs need a lot of blood flow in order for them to be healthy. And as a female who menstruates every month and loses blood as well as iron, iron is important to make sure that we get plenty of iron in our diet. Now, the last food, number 10, that nature mirrors what it's good for is, can you guess? Right, it's good for our smile in two ways. One is that it contains precursors to serotonin. Serotonin is that happy or feel-good hormone that is in our body, that our body makes and helps elevate our mood, putting that smile on our face. The other thing it contains is potassium. Potassium is important for good nerve function, nerve and muscle function. You need good nerve and muscle function in order to put that smile on your face. So there you have it, 10 foods that nature provides us with as clues for the body part that they nourish. There's a number of other foods. Can you think of any? Drop me a comment below and tell me what food was the most surprising to you, as well as another food or 2 or 3 more foods that nature mirrors as a clue for what body part they nourish. Thank you for watching, hitting that like button, and subscribing. When you go to my website, growwithdrjoanette.com, you'll be able to find recipes where you can incorporate all of these foods into your daily diet. There's recipes for sweet potatoes, bananas, avocados, tomatoes, carrots, and yes, even grapes. Also, while you're there, click on that longevity button and explore how to activate your longevity switch and how not only these foods, but so many other foods will help you have a longer health span. And we'll see you next time on the Dr. Joanette channel.